still raining harder now. It certainly is. And I just wanted to remind you, I got another story. And this is another beauty. But this is more of a scary story. So put the kids to bed. Hello and welcome. Thank you for watching. I'm Wes, this is Tom, this is the Hippie Explorer. We travel around New England looking for gold. And we just got up. We're in this tent here. And we're in Maine. If you haven't seen previous videos, that's where we are on this trip. We've been here about, I don't know, four days or so. And it's been great. Couple showers, nothing major. But it's time for breakfast. We're going to get up and eat breakfast and make some coffee and then get out on the river. Let's do it. Off and running, I think. Peppers. Onions. Another half a pound of butter. About a half a pound. Change of plans. We took the butter out of the pan over here. We decided to make some bacon. So we had to switch everything around. We had a mishap with the coffee. The little lever wasn't pulled, so it all leaked out all over the place, out the top of the coffee pot up here. So I'm trying to salvage what I can. Gotta have your coffee. I'm gonna have to make a new pot when this one's done. All the grounds that all came off the top. We'll see. There it is, breakfast goulash. Very good, very good. Here we are. Breakfast time. It's a late breakfast, about 11 o'clock. Slept in, was a busy day. Hits the spot. We're gonna eat this, then we're gonna pack up around here. Probably swing by Rosie's before we head out to the river. Breakfast was delicious. And we're all packed up here. We're headed out for the day, but we better check with the hippie and see what the weather is going to be like. Hey, all you groovy dudes and you slap happy hippies. This is Hippie, and I'm here to give you the weather. Let's go! Few clouds, little cool, still going to be groovy. Very, very groovy. Light wind, light breeze. Now, last night, I had a conversation with Ron Rogers, but it was more like a filibuster. He goes and goes, baby. Yeah, there's a lot of good things to be said about that guy, but it's not as interesting. Keep picking on Ron. That hippie.
You better not be. Ron's my buddy.
All right. We're gonna go.
Hippies.
Not as
morning.
busy as yesterday. God.
I know.
Oh, thank you. Those will go great with our dinner.
Bob's barbecued blueberry bourbon baby back ribs.
Blueberry, huh?
How'd you say? He puts blueberries in his sauce.
The same type we had last year?
Yeah.
You said all those were delicious.
And then he does them on this one.
Guess what I'm having for dinner?
What do you have?
I'm having Bob's
Oh,
smoked
Bob's
baby back
ribs.
blueberry
Oh.
bourbon ribs.
Oh. We were here, we were just about to leave the rock shop. We were in talking to Rosie, and Anya, Andrew, and Joshua saw us, and we started talking to them, and they asked for a picture, and I said, but I gotta get a picture first so we can put you in the episode. So here they are. Say hello to people on YouTube.
Yeah, it didn't look like it on the radar, but it feels like it. It's windy.
We made it out to the river. And we're out here on the brook, and we're going to look around here. The nose will pick a spot, and we're going to start digging. He's already got into something. What do you got there?
I'm into almond butter.
He's eating almond butter again. I got some chocolate somewhere. It's a healthy chocolate. Very low sugar. Homemade. For later. Let's dig.
If you've never seen this before and you've never seen our show, that runs on a regular home power tool battery. We're using DeWalt's. Goes right in that box there. Real easy. You get a couple hours out of each battery. We got that box. It came with our Gold Fox Mini Monster. But Carl Miller from Miller Outdoors is also making them now. We've had our issues with that one, and when it finally bites the bed for the last time, we'll have Carl make us one. Right now it's still running, so.
Well, that one has a lot of power, that battery.
That must be one of the new ones?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that, shooting it right up there. We just got a couple brand new DeWalt batteries. Over time they tend to peter down a little. You only get an average of 80 charges on each battery before it's no good anymore. And that's the area we're going to dig right there.
We're up against this big rock. People always dig on the downstream side, and that's a good spot to dig. But sometimes this side gets ignored, and gold can build up against the rock.
Yep. We're sitting out here on the river. It was a beautiful sunny day, and now it's raining out again. Which isn't that big of a deal because you're getting wet anyways, but Wes went up to get a tarp to throw over us in case it starts to pour.
It's raining. We're
Yes,
staying
it is.
dry. Hopefully it just passes. We're in the tent. Homemade. It's just a top covering us out on the river.
It's working.
It's working, keeping us dry. I didn't even have time to set it up. I just had time to throw it over us and keep everything we wanted dry, like my dry clothes and my shoes,
Cameras.
things like that. So we're waiting it out. Still raining. It's letting up a little bit, I think.
I hope so.
We're waiting it out. Still raining. Raining harder now.
It certainly is.
the rain's pouring off the top now.
Good time for crumpet break.
Yeah, but I don't have a hands free. You gotta hold the top up. Finally stopped raining. There's some blue sky up there.
Good thing I'm almost out of crumpets.
He's still crumpeting. He couldn't crumpet when we were under the top because he didn't have a free hand.
I managed.
But you know, I'm not too enthusiastic with all this wet because I don't want to get anything wet. You're living in a tent. You get your clothes wet and they're wet.
You might melt.
Like the Wicked Witch?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we'll have a really enthusiastic gold dance then. All right. We're taking a break. Yes, another break. Because in between all these breaks, we're digging. And he was helping me by clearing the tailings. So, you know, if I'm digging, he's clearing the tailings. There's nobody filming. So you don't see that. But let me show you my hole. Hey. That's a good size. That was all the way up to there. Right across where that dirt is, it was level. And I dug it all the way down to the water. Good size hole. Big hole, big gold. I may throw a few more. I've hit something really big. I went down as far as I can go. And I hit something big down there. So I can make it bigger. I'm going to see what's in it. I might do a clean out after this break. Because I don't want to dig for nothing. It can happen a lot on this river. Sometimes you get good stuff. Sometimes you get a lemon. But it's beautiful. It's nice. Now that it's not raining. That was a little frustrating. I didn't want to get nothing wet. What do you got?
My almond butter.
Oh, he's almond butter in here. I got to find something. I like almond butter, but I don't want to get into his almond butter.
I love almond butter. I'm eating a jar like this every 3 days, 4 days. I'm going to turn into an almond.
Some people like peanut butter. Some people like... He had walnut butter. When? Today? For breakfast. That stuff you're seeing at breakfast wasn't almond butter. That was walnut butter. All buttered up.
I make my own.
Yeah. Oh,
The almonds, I just get raw, organic almonds, raw organic walnuts. Let's try that again. And then I put them in the dehydrator for about 20-30 minutes just to warm them up, take any moisture out, and then right into the processor until it becomes a butter.
That's it. Nothing
Real
to
easy.
it. Easy peasy Louise.
Almond butter takes a lot more work.
All right. I got to clean this out. See if there's anything in it. I'm not too enthusiastic with that dance. But I wasn't enthusiastic at the time. But who knows? Maybe the gold dogs like that.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna rain again.
It's getting dark again.
I wanna pour love in a broken glass and watch it run out. As all things must pass from dust to starlight, matter to energy, all moves around love, like you and like me. And I'm certain there's more to the story than the final curtain. We danced around love a quarter century, but it called softly, always in my memory, as real as you and I, taking up so much space. We only had to look up to be face to face, and I'm certain there's more to the story than the final curtain. I know you were always with me.
I see gold already.
Nice. We gotta pick up and go or we get soaked again here.
See?
Gotta suck that up. There it up.
It's never enough, but I'll take it.
Though. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, a lot of work. A lot of big hole didn't mean big gold, but maybe it's big gold for this river because it's fickled. But hey, we'll take it. We're gonna get out of here because it looks like rain, and we don't want to get wet. So we're gonna pick up real quick and bug out.
Down here to the grocery store because we're out of supplies. The tent is empty.
We got our supplies and we're on the way back to camp. We just got to stop and get wood at some, maybe the campground. And then we're going to head back to camp. The weather is very fickle. It's raining one minute, not the next, and it's gotten windy. So who knows what's coming. I think we're going to need a fire inside tonight, don't you think?
Yeah, chilly.
We just remembered we have to swing by Cheryl from the Coos Canyon Rock and Gift because her son does the Red Barn Maple, and Tom entered a contest to guess how much maple syrup they were going to get this year.
For the season.
For the season.
Almost a year ago I entered it.
Well, it was in the spring, right?
It said 40 months ago on the post. So, whatever that is.
40 months?
40 weeks ago.
40 weeks. I was going to say.
It was a long time ago. I forgot I entered.
And he won. He got within a half a gallon. The nose knew. So we're going to swing by Cheryl's and pick up his prize. We made it back to camp. We got a fire going. And Tom got his prizes that he won for picking the amount of maple that was made, maple syrup. Let's see what he's got.
Well, first I got this bourbon barrel aged maple.
Look at that.
That's from maple syrup made right here in Byron, Maine.
Red Barn Maple. I'm going to try that in a moment.
And
No alcohol in it. They just age it in a bourbon barrel and it picks up that slight flavor.
I got this really nice embroidered t-shirt here.
Oh, look at that. Embroidered. Red Barn Maple.
They have some of the best maple. It's taken from the sap from the maple trees right here in Byron, Maine.
Yep.
And they have a Facebook page. And also Rosie sells this maple at her gift shop, Coos Canyon Rockin' gift shop, right next to our honey.
Right next to the honey.
So if you're up here, you can get some of the best maple and some of the best honey you can get.
Right there in the same place, right at the store. I got the wax off.
Taste test.
Taste test.
Red Bond Bourbon Maple.
Oh. I could drink that right out of the bottle.
You just did.
I'm going to take another. That is amazing.
He tried to drink it right out of the bottle, and I said, no, you can't drink it right out of the
Well,
bottle.
it's real dark to begin with. And
Yeah.
it's aged in a bourbon barrel, which gives it a very slight taste of bourbon.
I don't even like booze or bourbon, and I loved that bourbon maple. It's delicious.
Oh, that over ice cream or pancakes, delicious. Well done.
How about in your coffee?
You could. You can put that
Yeah,
in coffee.
That's where I put mine.
This here is the famous Bob Susbury smoked ribs. Is that what he said it was?
Yep. Blueberry bourbon.
Blueberry bourbon. Whoa. Look at that. Well, we're going to put that on there. And we're going to cook that. Heat that up. So we've got 2 big burgers and these ribs, which we're going to put on there. Let me get a cover. We'll cover them up. You can see the glow from the fire. It's illuminating. Dinner's cooking, and I just wanted to remind you, I got another story. Another campfire story. I know I told you the circus one a couple episodes ago. And this is another beauty. But this is more of a scary story. So put the kids to bed, and then we'll tell you the scary story that happened to us while we were camping one time in the middle of nowhere. That's coming up a little later. Kind of creepy. Only because we had to split these up because we didn't want to put the juices from the burger onto this nice Bob Susbury ribs. We said that wouldn't be fair. So we're doing it this way. I don't have a cover for these, so hopefully the smoke of the fire won't taint them in any way. And here we are over at the table. It's the middle of the night again. It's always the middle of the night. Well, you got that stuck a little bit there?
A little bit.
I'll work it. Look at that. Well done.
Wow, it's a big burger.
Yeah, I didn't fool around. Well, nothing fancy tonight.
No, it's late again.
It's late. So we're,
Oh, those are soft.
yeah, they're cooked, well cooked. Look at that, they fall right off the bone.
A little pine needle in there.
A few pine needles around. Pay no attention to the dirty tablecloth. We've been out here for 5 days. We're gonna refresh everything pretty soon. We'll be bugging out in a day or so.
That's it right there.
There you go. We're gonna try it, tell you how it is. I mean, it looks fabulous, so how can that be bad? I'm gonna put some onions on mine, that burger, and a little mayo. There we have it on that burger with some onions. First thing I want to try are these ribs.
I'm going all carnivore tonight.
Oh, you can take the blueberry.
Oh, wow. Oh, those are delicious. That's a 2 thumbs up for Bob's ribs.
Mm-hmm. That's why they're
Wow.
famous. No, those are good. Has a blueberry, slight blueberry, not a lot.
Blueberry bourbon
Yeah.
smoked ribs.
Let me try these. This big fat hamburger that goes with it.
I don't know how that's going to taste after those ribs. Hamburger's good, but the ribs are delicious.
Not as good as the ribs. We're gonna eat this. We'll be back. You don't want to miss that spooky story. Campfire. Spooky story. Here we are. Oh, we're doing dishes. That's what this stuff here you see on the fire. You heat water. In cast iron, you heat water and you scrape it out with a spatula and wipe it out, and that's all you do. You don't use soap on cast iron. That's what keeps it from being non-stick. And we're sitting here. It was a great day. But now's the time for the story. Here's the story, the campfire story. This was back before we started filming, and we were prospecting, and we used to stay in a tent, and this happened up in New Hampshire, the end of a logging road, nobody around. I'm not sure if it was a legal campsite or not. I think it is. Never see anybody there. Nobody ever kicked us out. And it was national forest land. And we're camped there, and in the middle of the night, I get up and I go to the bathroom, I unzip the tent and go out, and I get back in and I lay down, and I was just about dozing off when I heard a noise. Now, I wasn't sure if the noise was coming from a dream or actually real happening around me, so I sat there and waited and listened, and then I heard it again. And the noise is coming from behind us, where there is no road. The road end was in front of us, and there's only one way in. We were at the end of the road. And it kept getting louder and louder. Now Tom is still sleeping, and I'm waiting for the sound to get loud enough to wake him up.
It'll take an awful lot for that.
But it didn't wake him up. And it's getting louder and louder, and then as it gets maybe 30 feet away from the tent, I'm guessing by the sound, because I'm not sure, I'm just listening, it stops. And to me, I got the impression that he just noticed that we're there. Or whoever it is, or whatever it is. I don't know. I just heard a noise. And I stopped and listened. I said, well, whatever it is, just, I think, stopped for whatever reason. And then I hear it kind of moving softly, like trying to be quiet, taking light, slow steps. And I said, well, that doesn't sound like an animal. Maybe. I'm not really sure. I'm still listening. And it gets a little bit louder and a little bit louder, then kind of passes and goes to where my car was, my truck. And I'm listening really close, and it stopped right at my truck. Now, I wasn't sure if I locked my truck or not. So I reached down and I grabbed the keys that has the button on it. Bloop, bloop. And I bloop, blooped it. And when it made a noise, because it was already locked, it was locked because it makes a noise when you try to lock it while it's already locked. Then I heard the thing moving away, like scared it. And I got up real quick. That's when I knew, well, someone's out and he's around near my truck. You know, I was thinking this is a person now, but it came out of the woods. So I opened up the tent and I peeked out and I looked towards the truck. and I seen a figure moving away in the distance. It's just night. It wasn't really, there wasn't much of a moon. It was just barely, I could barely see. A large figure. And I don't know if it was a human being. It was tall, or a moose, maybe. But it scared me because I didn't know what it was. Maybe the 2-person, 2 feet worse than the 4 feet predators.
I wasn't scared at all because I was sound asleep snoring.
Well, when I got up and because I yelled when I got out there, I said, "Hey!" just to see any reaction of this thing that was moving. It wasn't really moving real fast because it was moving about, I would say, about as fast as you could move when you don't have a flashlight and it's dark. Because there was no flashlight. I didn't see a light, but I just seen a shadowy figure moving away. And it went into the tree line, and I didn't see it anymore. And it didn't go down the road. So it could have been, but it was big, like a moose. And it could have been a moose. But if it was a moose, I was looking at it straight on, because it wasn't wide. It was about as wide as a human being, about as tall as a human being, about 6 feet tall or so. And it went straight away from me. And you know, if I would believed in Bigfoot, I'd say it was a Bigfoot and it had big feet, but I don't know. I don't think it was. It could have been a moose. I don't think it might have been a human being, because maybe somebody was camped nearby and they were snooping, and they knew we were there, and they were snooping around in the middle of the night. That's what I was thinking at the time, because why would he go towards my truck and stand near the truck and run away when I blooped it?
Could have been an alien.
Could have been an alien.
Or a moose butt.
There you have it. I don't know what it was. That's why you've probably never heard the story before, because I didn't know what to tell you. So if you think it's a Bigfoot, you let me know. Put a comment down below. If you think it was a moose, you put a comment down below, because if you know that moose tiptoe trying to be quiet, well, then it might be a moose. But I know only humans try to tiptoe to try to be quiet. A moose, when it tries to run away, it's not being quiet. Well, there you go. Or an alien. Just let me know. Put a comment down below. These names you see going up the screen, those are our members. They make all this possible. Without them, we wouldn't be doing this. Hit that join button, become a member for as little as $4.99 a month, and you'll get behind the scenes stuff. And if that's not your bag, baby, you can go to hitbee.com. You can get yourself some honey, beehive products, and some delicious stuff. That supports us too. Last but not least, you can always hit that subscribe button. It's free, doesn't cost you nothing, and it's just there so that YouTube knows that you like to watch our videos, and it'll show you more of them so you don't miss them. I said it all.
Oh yeah.
And it was a great day. Thanks for coming and joining us. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace.